Welcome everyone, I've recently been playing a new cozy game called Botany Manor, and after my first playthrough of the game I have made a list of things you should know before buying this game. But before we jump into the video, if this is your first time here or you're returning to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you can hit the subscribe button to join my online community. Now let's get started. Botany Manor is a cozy puzzle game where you play as the main character Arabella Green. She is a retired botanist returning home after some extensive travels. The story is set in 1890, and you will explore the home, unlocking clues which will help you rediscover strange and mysterious plants, in the hopes of publishing your own book called Forgotten Flora. As you unlock new parts of the manor and gardens, you will uncover the story of the main character and the life she has led up until this moment. The game is available on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. It is currently included on Game Pass if you want to try it out, or you can still download the demo on Steam. Overall, I loved this game. The puzzles were interesting and not overly complicated. It is the perfect cozy game if you want to just relax and not feel overwhelmed or bombarded with things to do. But there are a few things to keep in mind before picking up this game. Firstly, you cannot have multiple saves. Unfortunately, this game only permits one save per device even if you have multiple accounts. Any new saves will automatically override any previous gameplay. So keep that in mind. Secondly, there is one major theme that runs through the entire story and plays a big part in the game's backstory and progression. Due to the game being set in the 1890s in a very patriarchal society, the developers leaned heavily on this as part of their story. You will stumble across many a letter or clues that depict the kind of misogyny that women would have experienced during this time. Our character faces a lot of rejection from the professional men in her life and also other family members trying to encourage her to not pursue her dreams of becoming an established botanist. Normally topics like this would not really affect my decision to play a game, but I did find that it was very prominent in the story. If this is something you might find triggering or off-putting, I would urge you to do more research before entering this world. But even though our character did have to face all these rejections, she managed to overcome them and thrive in the end. Next is something I personally have a problem with when it comes to most first-person perspective games, so it might not be something you struggle with. But I tend to get motion sickness whenever playing first-person games, and this one was pretty bad for me. I struggled to play for more than about 30 minutes at a time because of this. There are a few settings you can change to help with the camera movements, but keep this in mind if this is something you struggle with. Next was the controls. I play on PC, but I found it's much easier to play when using a controller. I found this also helped a bit with the motion sickness issue. Once you get into the mechanics of the game, it's all great until you need to find your way around the house. You do have a map of the house and grounds, but the map doesn't have an indicator to show you where you are. This is normally fine when you're in the house, but once you go into the gardens, it can become difficult to navigate around. You do start to memorize the layout fairly quickly, but it's something I wish they would add in. Another issue I found was with the clues you collect throughout the house. To uncover the mystery of each plant and how to grow it, you are required to collect a number of clues. These you then add to your book, and once you've found all the clues and grown the plant, you can complete the entry for that particular specimen. The only issue with this is you can't view the clues from your book. If you forgot what the information on the clue said, you'll need to return to the spot where you found the clue to read the information again. This can get a bit annoying, especially when you get to the more complicated plants. I found myself having to make notes just so that I would not have to return to items once I had collected them. Again, it does get easier as you memorize the layout of the house, but it would be nice if everything was in your book. My last issue with this game is that there doesn't seem to be any replayability. Once you've collected all the plants and completed the story, you're done. There is nothing left to do, there's no late game content. And besides completing the achievements, there is no other reason to grow multiples of any of the plants. I'm not sure if there will be any future updates or expansions to this game, but for now it seems that this is all there is. And to be honest, it doesn't really feel like much content for the price. The game can be completed from start to finish in about 2 to 3 hours, which does not seem like much. All in all, I enjoyed my time in the manor even though I had to fight through it sometimes. The puzzles were fun, I had to use my brain a few times, but they weren't impossible to figure out without the internet's help. If you're looking for a quick relaxing game with calming music and cute nature sounds, I think you'd like this game. If you're unsure, I would highly suggest downloading the demo to give it a try. I will be doing some more detailed gameplay videos in the coming weeks, so make sure to check them out if you want to see more content on this game. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to be part of my online community, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time as we explore more of the manor together.